What's going on, everybody? Payneblade back here again from server 1 representing IC, and guys, we're going to be doing battle 1 of the Alliance team battle today, and we are fighting none other than Hidan. Now what I'm doing today, guys, I'm going to be showing you the connected feelings strategy, which is going to be also called aka the love strat that was created back in the last ATB by the RoKage. So what we're doing here essentially is we're creating this this connected feelings tribe. As you can see there, it did 9 million damage, and what you're doing is you're boosting the rest of your team as units that only boost attack and crit damage and damage increase rate. So I'm going to show you guys real quick what kind of damage you can pull off. Alright, so we're going to do 3 battles here. As you can see here, you want to use Jiraiya. If you don't have Jiraiya here, you want to use Blossom and Choji, and you want to make sure that they can do the tribe gauge special up, so you can do 3 tribes instead of 2. Now with Sai there, you want to make sure you don't do his Jitsu, you do his skill 2, so you scroll up, and then Gaara, you definitely want to do his skill because it increases attack. And then there's Jiraiya here going to be doing buffs for you, as well as raising your tribe gauge, so you can pull off a couple more of those. Now Shikamaru's only goal here is to do damage rate reduction and raise your T attack up, so that's what he's here for. Deidara is going to be doing his crit damage through his trait and his crit Jitsu, plus a defense down if he can when Shika does his stun. And if there's no stun, that's fine, you'll miss out the defense down. And then for Kakashi, the original Kakashi, you want to use him there for his trait, so you get attack and crit. And then you want to do his S2 available the first time, so he can give all T units attack up as well, because you do have 1 T unit in Mama Sakura, and the actual tribe is a T as well. So now you can see here the buff will stack from this tribe. It gives you attack up, crit up, and it gives you, I think, damage increase rate for these 3 specifically. So I did 9 million damage the first time. Let's watch and see what we do the second time. Okay, you're going to see some pretty insane damage. The last battle especially, guys, stick around for that one. You're going to see some nutty damage, and I'm hoping to get closer to 100 million by the time this is done. There you go, went from 9 million to 21.6 million. Okay, and then so you do the same rotation. The only difference this time around is you want to make sure that with Sai, you want to make sure you get your S2 again. Gaara, keep doing that, it'll continue stacking. And then Jiraiya, continue doing that as well too. So this here only stays the same. Okay, so Sai, okay, doesn't have his, there you go. So you just Jitsu. If he doesn't have it, make sure you do Jitsu. The way a lot of people have been asking, how do you know when the skill 2 pops? Well, there's a kunai at the side of the right side of his portrait. That means the skill 2 is popping. If it's not there, you scroll up again, and you'll get yourself the Jitsu instead. So there you go, you want to do a couple of these. Now I'm going to go ahead and raise Gaara. Gaara is really good in this, guys. You can use Naruto Kage as well. Haku's actually the best one to use in this fight, but the problem is you need to get his second skill to proc twice, which is a lot more difficult. Okay, so that's why I'm using, due to being short on time, I'm actually going to be using Gaara instead, because it's through his trait and his special. And then also Kid Kakashi, same scenario. You could be using Naruto Kage instead to get his S2, but I'm using Kid Kakashi instead, again, just because I don't need the S2 to proc. It'll just run right through his trait. So there you go. And then we're going to see a little bit more damage here from Kid Kakashi, a couple million, I think, 1.4, it's not that bad. And so again, like, a lot of people wonder, like, why don't you use co-op, why don't you use Heavy and Kakashi and the heavy hitters, right? Well, in this, it's all about these guys here. You just want to boost them as much as you possibly can, so they pull off the most amount of damage possible. So let's see here, we did 21 last time, 21.6 I think, so let's see what we get here. It'll go up a tad bit more, and then I'll show you the final results, and then we're actually going to switch, guys. We're going to switch gears to another team. We're going to switch to using the brand new Minato one, which is actually fantastic for D units, 38.7, there you go, so a lot more. We're going to switch to Minato because the reason why is when you fight D units, his tribe with Naruto and Jiraiya actually provides you 60% more damage to D units than any other tribe does, right? So there you go, 6.6, 70, what is that, 76 million? Yeah, 76 million at 6.68%, which is insane, guys. So that's a pretty damn good number, right? Now, if you want to see what you get here reward-wise, here we are. So you get yourself some Ryo Frog, some potions, some Alliance coins, you get a fragment for the character, a weapon frag, some promotional elixirs, and promotional boxes. So that is the first fight, guys. So let's actually go ahead and jump into the second fight now. We're going to go ahead and switch the team up, though. This time we're going to be focusing on a very similar setup in terms of support, but our team is actually going to end up being the Naruto, the Minato, and the Jiraiya tribe. I think it's called Bonds of the Rasen, or Bonds of the Rasen, or Bonds by the Rasen, one of those ones. But as you can see here, they're all 3 UR, so ideally you'd want to do more damage with this one. Now I will tell you this from the get-go, it is harder on D units only. If you're not fighting a D unit, this one will be inferior. But this is the first time testing this, so we want to actually just see how much damage it does. So I believe when I did this, the first time, it does more damage initially. You start off with 9.1 million with the Sarada and the Connected Feelings one, but with this one, because it's a D unit, I think you start off with a lot higher percentage. I think it was close to like, sorry, not percentage number, it was about 12.1 million. So let's see this time if we do it again, if we're going to get a similar result or not. And keep in mind, guys, like all tribes are affected by the stats of the actual characters. The reason why this is going to do a little bit more is because my Naruto is a UR. A lot of you new players will not have him at a UR status. You're going to have the SR version, so this tribe might not do quite as well. It looks phenomenal, though, I will say that. Let's take a look here. So 12.3 million. So there you go. So that's an increase of 3 million right from the start. Okay, so that's a good sign. And those units are going to be hitting harder because they're all URs. They're all maxed out to about 70 to 80k. While my Sarada, Papa Sasuke, and Mama Sakura were all in the 60k. Okay, so there you go. Size up. Now here's the thing. You need either Choji or Blossom to do their S2. If they don't, you have to restart the fight because you won't get 3 tribe gauges. So they have to be there. The reason why Jiraiya is tied up in his in the actual tribe itself, so he's no longer an option. So definitely you need to get S2 here for Choji. So let's see, there we go, perfect. That's all you need at this point. Once you get that, you're set to go now, guys. You can do the entire rotation, because now at this point Blossom will be able to do her special, which will heal, and then Choji can do his special as well too, which will give you enough tribe gauge no matter which way you look at it. Perfect, we got a stun, so this is actually going to do defense down in Hidan. There we go, you can see the defense down that happened there. And then right here, we're going to do the Rasen again. And the only problem with this one here is, and the reason why data is so important, is he needs to give them crit up. If you don't have crit up, this won't do quite as much damage. So you need to make sure this crit. So let's take a quick look and see where we're at now for the second part. Okay, so we did the first one, we did was 12.3, I think. And now we're going to be doing a little bit more, maybe double that. There we go, 21. So it went from 12 to 21.3. Okay, so that's still a pretty good amount. That's about 9 million more. So this is where I was talking about. So now that Sakura has her special, Blossom you can just do that and you'll be fine. Sai doesn't have his, so go ahead and do that here. And then actually I should have done Kakashi's S2 there. That was my fault. Both Sai and Kakashi should have done their S2s. He might have not had it available either way, but the reason why that's important is because both Minato and Jiraiya are T units, right? So they would have benefited from that attack power, as would have the tribe, because it is a T unit tribe. So there was a mistake right there on my part. So guys, when you're doing this, if you're going to follow the same strat, make sure that you check the S2s before you do the Jitsus. The only one that Jitsu is okay for there would have been Gaara or Naruto Kage. Okay, so see, I didn't need to have Choji and Blossom. You could have just had Blossom and that would have been enough for this fight. Choji and Blossom together are important if you're doing the second vote, because you only start off with 80% tribe gauge, so keep that in mind. Okay, so let's see what we have here. No Shadow Stitch that time, or did I get one? No, I didn't. That's okay though, he's already got the defense down, so we're okay there. Alright, so now we're going to actually see the final number here, guys. So let's take a look and see. Now this is, again, this is very similar to on par with new Team 7 in terms of damage. The only difference, of course, is that massive 60% to D units. That'll be a big factor in terms of why you use this over the other. But new Team 7 and also the Comrades, which is Sai, Sakura, and Naruto, is also a very good one for this too. So keep that in mind. Let's see what we do here. 21 again. See, that's brutal. So I don't think that one was a crit. So if that one was a crit, it might have done a lot more damage there. But as you saw there, so it didn't scale quite as well. So 38 was where Connected Feelings was, right? Okay, so we did 59 million damage here. So let's just round it there, 59. Okay, so the first one we did was 70 something, and then this one is 59. So we're gonna jump into the next battle again, guys, and we're gonna go see if we can do one last attempt here and what's the damage output that we can put out. Okay, so there is the same similar loot there. That time nothing different, right? So ranking points is very important, of course, because that goes towards your total, which is the most important part of this whole ATB, because it goes towards the total of your rankings. And at the end of this all, after 7 days, you can get yourself the ATB rewards, which is extremely worth it, which is 1,000 Shino coins for first place. I think it's like 30 UR frags and 5 or 6 awakening orbs. I believe it's 5. You can check, you hit the trophy, you'll see exactly where it's at. Alright, so let's go back to the Connected Feelings. So we know this is now definitely the better of the two tribes. Maybe the crit would have made a difference if there was a crit, but again, this tribe here does stack crit, the other one does not. So for all of you watching, when you do new Team 7 for a lot of the new folks, remember, it doesn't stack crit, so you want to have characters like Deidara who do give you crit, right? And if you don't, try to find characters that just boost more damage, increase rate, and attack, so you can just maximize as much damage as you can, because the crit part is so important. But if you don't have it, you're going to have to compromise with attack and DIR and just hope that they actually do crit. And again, guys, I will say this, it is more important to get your individual units up for your tribe damage than it is to actually get the tribe itself up. Okay, so the units themselves need to scale better. All right, so 9.2 there. So as you saw before, the other one started at 12.3, so definitely is a difference there in damage. All right, so now we're gonna just do the typical stuff here. We're gonna go S2 with Sai. Hopefully he has it. Jiraiya and Gaara will do their regular attacks, or just two, sorry. Perfect, good. So that's 2 turns there. So that'll connect with the tribe again, right? So 2 turns this turn, the following turn, and then after that. That's another thing too, guys. A lot of players don't know this, but when it says 2 turns, it actually gives you the initial turn bonus as well too for the remaining characters. They get that bonus, and then the following turn is considered 1 turn, and then the turn after that is considered 2 turns. Okay, so this is considered turn 1 now. All right, but you also got it on turn 0, so keep that in mind. So okay, Kakashi not there. We'll do his jutsu. Alright, hopefully we get a Shadow Stitch and a defense down. Nope, no Shadow Stitch there. That's fine. Now, the reason why it's harder to stun here now is a lot of the units have a link bonus for status effect suppression, which means they're blocking a lot of the statuses from coming through in terms of like burns, poisons, especially stuns. Stuns are harder to hit here on the units until you kill that unit that actually that gives you that bonus, right? So the moment you kill that unit, stuns will land a lot more. Alright, let's see what the second one is. So 9 million was the first. Let's see where we're at for the second hit. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. 24 million. Wow. Much higher. That's more than double. So that's fantastic. So that was a crit with no block most likely, obviously. So that's really good numbers. So I'm actually going to go ahead and focus on getting Papa Sasuke and Sarada up as max as possible, including Mama Sakura. I'm going to focus on getting the weapons up. Damn, no Sai S2. And see how much I can do here. I'm hoping with all the tools upgrades and all the upgrades to my characters, I'll be doing 120 million per round. I mean, here's hoping, right? So 70 was the highest I've done so far, or 70 was it 79 that we did, or 72, whatever the case was the first time. That was the highest I've ever done in this, but I know I can push further because I'm actually upgrading those characters more and more. So let's see if we can get a Shadow Stitch and a defense down here. That'll make a pretty big difference in damage. Damn, no S2. That would have also caused a pretty big difference in damage there. Alright, let's see. Shadow Stitch. Perfect. Good landing. Good landing. Okay, here we go. Defense down. Now I should be hitting a lot harder with Kakashi as well. 1.4, 1.5 million, I'm assuming. Yep, 1.4. Very consistent damage for him in this, for sure. And then here we go, guys. Moment of truth. Let's see if we can beat 79%. That is the goal right now. I think the last one I did 38 million, right? That was my first attempt, so let's see what we got here. I'm hoping for something more. Let's go, let's go. Damn, there you go. 41 million. That's much better. Alright, and that's going to keep going up. Well, there you have it, guys. That is insane. I'm hoping to see like 80, 82, 83 mil damage around there. 82.4. There you go, guys. 7.81%. That's that. So essentially, I just did 20-something% on Hidan by myself on a UR. So that's a really good place for the entire ISC group to be in. And we'll take a look real quick at everybody else's, and I'll show you guys actually what the end results are right at the end. I think we're going to be able to kill Hidan. I'll show you a snapshot if it does happen, and we'll go from there. There you go. Same rewards as last time. Let's take a quick gander and take a look at everyone else's damage here, so you guys can get an idea of what ISC is doing. Okay, so all your alliances should be doing something similar to this if you're at this level. So okay, so there's 7.18. That's me. 0.97. 4.86. 2.45, 5.17, that's me. 2.38, so still pretty good, guys. So there's Conan right there. There is so remember, guys, newer alliances should be fighting. There's Conan right there again at 18.93% by Madara. So you guys should be fighting SRs over URs. URs are just too much to handle for new alliances, so you guys should all be focusing on killing SRs first. Break those bonuses, those link bonuses, and then focus on one UR at the end. We all went through this when this first started, guys, so don't worry, you're not the only ones. We all focused on only one and killed one. But now this time around, we should be able to kill everything. Okay, MRN did 42% on Kasami. So that's my point right there. So you look how much more damage you can do on SRs. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. And I just got news that we did kill Hidan. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the snapshot. And here you go, guys. Blew him up. And tomorrow we'll be fighting. I believe we're fighting Datara T. And we're going to be fighting Sasori as well too. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this really helped you guys. ATB's back. It's going full tilt. I hope you and your alliance are communicating and playing. This is Payne. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section. Talk to you guys later.